Taurus, Mystic GLoLady here. This is your reading for September 2015. Taurus, the I have. As you can see, I'm trying some new titles, and I will be making another video on the cheat sheet so you can understand what all these glyphs, these symbols, are all about. In your top left, you have the sign of Taurus, and you also have on the top right, Venus. That is the home of Taurus, okay? Taurus, it's an earth sign, a female sign. It's for those born April 20th to May 20th. They have strength, patience, and values. They are a fixed sign, so that is the stability. Okay, here we go. How's this look? This looks a little bit more interesting than last month, and hopefully not quite as interesting as it will be next month. So, as we started out, I know I'm going to be making changes, so bear with me. But as we started out here with the sun, we'll start the sun at 8 degrees of Virgo, and it will only go to 0 degrees of Libra on the 24th. And here we have the sun, and you have the glyph for the sun, and you have the glyph for Leo over there. And the sun changes signs every 30 days. It rules the ages 21 to 42. It is one's essence, your spirit. It also represents the husband, wife, father, and it represents vitality and health. It is a fire sign, and it rules the 5th house. So, for September, Leo is going to be in your 5th house, along with Virgo. Virgo is the I analyze, okay? It's organized, analytical, practical. And your 5th house of fun, creativity, sex, children. The sun is going to be shining on all that good stuff the month of September. Now, your new moon. Here we have the information for the new moon. We have a super solar eclipse on the 14th, and that is going to be at 20 degrees of Virgo. So the new moon, it changes signs every 2.5 days. It rules ages birth to 5. It is new beginnings, emotions, soul, mother, wife, magnetism. It is a water sign. So, in your 5th house, what are new beginnings that are going to be happening? Fun, creativity, sex, children. Is that new birth? Is that new relationships that the sun is going to be shining in the month of September? We also have a lunar eclipse at 4 degrees of Aries on the 27th. Now, the full moon is letting go of. And 4 degrees of Aries, that is my ascendant. So I'm looking forward to seeing what things I'm going to be letting go of. The lunar eclipse is also when I took a photograph of my fairy mugshot. People say that orbs are bugs, and this bug just happened to stop and pose for me. So, the full moon in your 12th house, right up there. Karma, jails, secrets, hidden enemies, institutions. What is that full moon going to light for you in that area of your life? Those secrets that need to be let go of. Remember, we are only as sick as our secrets. So if you have a secret that is making you sick, then share it. If you do not feel that you can share it, then write it on a piece of paper and burn it, and then let it go. Take it to some living water and throw those ashes and let the water carry it away, okay? So, Mercury, the planet of communications. Mercury is going to be at 5 degrees. There we go. Mercury is going to be at 5 degrees of Libra, okay? So the communication is getting balanced. But just when you think that communication is getting balanced, it's going retrograde on the 17th. And it'll go retrograde at 15 degrees of Libra. And it'll end at the end of the month, it will be 7 degrees of Libra, and it's still going to be retrograde. Now, you can see down on here at the retrograde, that means electrical, mechanical, and communication breakdown. So, suggestion, watch what contracts, watch your car, check your fluids, check your tires, back up your files at the beginning of the month, okay? Because even though it's going retrograde in the middle, there's always a shadow. So make sure you do that now. Otherwise, electrical, mechanical, communications, yeah. And that's in your 6th house of health, work, service, and the sign of Libra, okay? So right here, the Libra is that I balance, okay? Getting that balance. And where is that balance that you need to communicate in your 6th house, okay? Where is that work? Where is that health? You know, communicating with your health. Now, Venus. Venus is that goddess of love. It is still retrograde. It's retrograde at 14 degrees of Leo. And on the 1st, it is also going to be conjunct with Mars. They are both at 14 degrees of Leo. So do not be surprised if there's a little bit of roaring going on in your love life. Now on the 6th, Venus will go direct. Okay, it'll go direct at 14 degrees, right in the middle of Leo. And at the end of the month, it will be at 23 degrees of Leo. Now, Leo is in your 4th house, okay? So down here, your 4th house of home, sacred space, property, mother, right there. You're going to have a good time in your home. There is going to be a lot of happiness, good things going on in the month of September. Remember, we also have that Mars. That Mars is going to be conjunct that Venus in your home. Mars is at 14 degrees of Leo. And on the 26th on the 26th of September, it goes into 0 degrees of Virgo. And at the end of the month, it will be at 10 degrees of Virgo. Okay, so starting it out, Mars right here in your 4th house, working on your home. What new things are you going to be doing in your home? What new creations are you working on in your home? Then we have Jupiter. Jupiter is at 4 degrees of Virgo, and Jupiter is that multiplying. And Virgo is that organizing, okay? So we are in your 6th house. Now, as you see, Jupiter, it takes 1 year to go through each sign. It rules the ages of 57 to 68. And it is that spiritual quest, the wisdom, expansion, long journeys, justice, law, truth, banking. Okay, so Jupiter being in Virgo, the organized, that is going to be helping you get your communications organized in your work. Okay? Are you communicating properly in your work that you can get other people to listen to what you are saying? Then we have Saturn. Saturn is that teacher. And Saturn is now direct, okay, where it was retrograde in Scorpio, looking for all those deep, dark secrets. It is now direct, and it's going to be at 0 degrees of Sagittarius on the 18th. Okay, so Scorpio in the 7th house. Did you learn your lesson in your partnership house? Okay, the 7th house of marriage, contracts, partnerships, relationships. The Lord of Karma, structure, teacher of lessons, restraint, self-discipline, was just going through your 7th house. So, what lessons have you learned in your 7th house? And as we have learned these lessons in the 7th in relationships, we're going to be going up here in your 8th house. Inheritance, taxes, past life relationships in the sign of Sagittarius. The Sagittarius I see. So the lessons that you learned about partnerships, you're going to be putting them to good use once Saturn gets up there in Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, you see. You see what you needed to see. You learned what you needed to learn in relationships. Now, how are you going to use that in dealing with other people's money? Okay, Uranus. Uranus is that unexpected, and Uranus is retrograde 19 degrees in Aries, and it's going to stay pretty much 19 degrees of Aries. Now, Aries is in your 12th house. And remember, we have that full moon, that lunar eclipse up there at the end of the month. So Uranus, that change, the unexpected, do you have new ways to change the way the jails, our institutions are run? Do you have that information for inventions? Do you have a change, a social reform that you can bring about? Because remember, the retrograde is the individual, the nonconformist, and it's not conforming. It is being yourself. And if you see new ways to change things in the 12th house, then planetarily voice it, because now is the time. Okay, we have Neptune, and Neptune is 8 degrees of Pisces, and it is retrograde the whole month, going back to 7 degrees of Pisces. And we see the retrograde that the truth is revealed. Okay, now the Neptune, the illusions, delusions. All right, this is in your 11th house, of hopes and wishes, also your friends and associates. So with it retrograde, you're getting a good look at the people in your life. Are your dreams what you want? Or are you still thinking about exactly what you want? Because now is a very good time to decide what is it that will make you happy. If you don't know what will make you happy, then how do you expect other people to make you happy when you don't know what makes you happy? Okay, Pluto, that change, that transformation. It is retrograde 13 degrees in Capricorn. Okay, the Capricorn, that's the ambition, determination, it's responsible. And it is in your 9th house of long distance travel, higher learning, your spiritual quest, What are you changing? What is that death and transformation that you are bringing about? Now, it is going direct on the 12th at 12 degrees of Capricorn. It's going to be staying in Capricorn. So in your 9th house, are you learning? Higher learning. What are you learning? Are you learning or are you teaching? What is that change that you are working on bringing about? Okay, now Taurus, this has been a general reading for the sun sign of Taurus, and it is also for the Ascendant. Now, the Ascendant is your time of birth, which sets your whole birth chart, which means that if you have a Taurus Ascendant, then the planets, as I just described, will happen in those houses that I stated. If your sun sign is Taurus, but if you have a different ascendant, then your planets are not going to be in the houses that I just got done explaining. Therefore, it is a general reading. Okay? If you would like an individual reading, I would be more than happy to do that for you. Excuse me. I just felt a cough coming on, and I'm going to try to stop it, nip it in the bud. Okay, so sorry about the shadows. There's lots of things that we are going to be figuring out and reworking on. This is number 5 of 6 videos that I'm working to get a new type of teaching reading so that you can learn astrology, and when you listen to other readers that you will get a little bit better of an idea what they are talking about. And when you see the different symbols, you will know what those symbols stand for. Okay? So, as I have shuffled, we will look on the bottom. And on the bottom, we have the Emperor. We also see Aries there on the bottom. And that is the Justice. Okay? Taurus is a very firm sign. It's fixed. That means there's stability there. They have the strength. They have the patience. It's an earth sign, so they're grounded. Okay? Now, that is going beneath you, what you have to work with. You have a lot of good grounded energy to work with. So don't deny that grounding that you have, because it's good. Now, as we started out with the 10 of Wands, and this is in the first house, your first house of self, body, appearance. We also see Saturn and Sagittarius that's in there. So remember, Saturn being in Scorpio going into Sagittarius, all right, watch holding yourself back at the end of the month. Okay, Saturn, that teacher, if you haven't learned those lessons, Saturn's gonna come back and be spanking your behind when it gets into Sagittarius. Okay, now remember, Saturn is going to be going into Sagittarius on the 18th. So, in your partnership house, whatever lessons that you need to learn in your partnership house, if you don't learn them by the middle of the month, Saturn might just come back and say, no, that's not who you are. So whether you are trying to adapt to someone else telling you how to be you, it's saying if you don't learn and be you, you're not going to be happy. Okay? Now, in your second house of earnings, wealth, possessions, we have Gemini in there, which is that communication, inquisitive, versatile. It's Gemini is I think. So what do you think of your earnings, wealth, and possessions with the King of Cups in that house, it looks like you are going to be very happy with those earnings and those possessions in the month of September. Now, in your third house of communications, siblings, short trips, we have the 10 of Pentacles, the wealth card. You also see Mercury and Virgo that is in there. So the wealth that you get when you communicate, wealth isn't monetary, okay? Besides what some people think of, amassing great wealth brings happiness. No, sorry about that. Okay, communications. Getting to talk to, getting to visit your loved ones. That is wealth. That is happiness in life. Okay, so if you want to go on that trip to see your family, the money will be there. So do not hesitate, because you will be happy that you did go. Now, in the fourth house of home, sacred space, property, mother, you have the 9 of Cups, the material happiness. You also see the Jupiter and Pisces in there. So the Jupiter is multiplying. And the Pisces is that intuition. Listening to your gut is very, very important, especially in your home and those around you. But remember what I had said about your unique self. Just because there are people around you and you might be trying to make them happy, but are you sacrificing yourself in the process? Okay? Now, in the fifth house of fun, creativity, sex, children, we have that new moon. We have that sun shining down on there. We have the Ace of Wands. Aces, new beginnings. Wands is work. What are we working on? The fun, creativity. Well, we're just going to have fun the month of September. How's that, Taurus? Okay? You're just going to have a real good time. Now, as I go, I wanted to explain a little bit about how I have these set up. On the bottom, okay, the bottom row, we have the cardinal signs, and they run across the whole bottom. And the cardinal are the present. So right down here, whoops, I'm sorry, we have the fixed. Where is my cardinal? Oh, that's right there up here at the top. Okay, so we have the cardinal, we have the mutable, and we have the fixed. Now, the cardinal up here at the top, this is now. The fixed, or here, this is mutable, this is in the past, and the fixed is the, oh, dang it, I screwed it up again. Sorry about that. Cardinal. Cardinal is now, okay? Fixed is in the future, and mutable is in the past. So when I'm done, when I'm done with this reading, we're going to go back over it again, and we will talk about present, the future, and the past. Sorry, sometimes I get myself confused. Do you know that feeling? Okay, in your sixth house of health, service, work, daily routines, you have the Prince of Cups, the happiness, the happy emotions, and you have a lot of good things that is going on in the sixth house, and Jupiter is multiplying them. Okay, remember we have the Mercury in there, so the communications is going to be flowing. And let's talk about the good things in life. Now, in your seventh house, your 7th house of marriage, contracts, partnerships, relationships. You have the 4 of Swords, the rest from strife. So the partnerships look like they are going to be going in the manner that you wish. Okay? The communications. Remember what we had said about Saturn, you know, the communications that's in there. That's something that, say what you mean what you say, don't say it mean, but get it out. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? So, 8th house. The 8th house of inheritance, taxes, past life relationships. We have the Hierophant. And this is like a sabbatical, a retreat, let me really think about this, okay? Because remember, Saturn's going to be moving up in there. And it's that learning of those lessons, all right? We have Sagittarius in there, which Sagittarius is that IC. So the IC is being open, and the Hierophant is thinking about it, okay? We also have Taurus in that card, right down here at the bottom, that glyph. And remember, Taurus is grounded. So what do you need from other people in order to be grounded? Okay? That's in your 8th house. Now, we have in the 9th house of long distance travel, higher learning, spiritual quest. We have Pluto in there, and we also have the universe. And right here we see the glyph of Saturn. So, do you want to learn? Do you want to travel? Is that what's on your agenda? Remember, Pluto that's in there is that death and regeneration. It is a transmutation of energy. It is a renewal of life force. So what is it that you want? The universe is at your fingertips. Grab it. Okay, so now we have Aquarius. And you know what? When I was talking earlier about the, screwing myself up, okay, in the houses, see as they run, they're all, but when the signs, it's like we have the fixed, we have the, here, let me move this, whoops, we have the mutable, and then up here we have the cardinal. So that's why I was getting screwed up, okay? Because even though they changed, okay, right here, cardinal, all these in the home, in the chart, the home chart, they all changed. And instead of cardinal, it became fixed. But we still do it as such, okay? So, alrighty, are we ready? Are we ready for the next card of the 10th house of career, status, father, fame? We have the High Priestess, and we have the glyph of the moon in there. And the High Priestess, hey man, you have the power. What is it that you are creating in your career? What kind of new career are you working towards? Where is that fame in your career that you have been waiting for? Because it's there. It's there. In your 11th house of hopes and wishes, friends and associates, we have the 4 of Wands, the perfected work. You see Venus and Aries in there. And this is your friends. It's working. Your friends are being supportive with you, and don't be surprised if you don't find that your friends, or shall I say, one friend turns into that lover. friends and lovers, it's people should be friends before they are lovers, because trying to be friends after you're lovers is a little bit more difficult, okay? Now, in the 12th house of karma, jails, secrets, hidden enemies, institutions, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, the happiness that is attached to. Now, we had talked earlier about the 12th house and making changes. What kind of changes that you know of could be made to those jails or those institutions? What is it that you can do to make a difference in society? You know, we were talking about wealth, and that wealth is not monetary. But when you serve others, that is when you find a wealth. Because when you serve others, you get a feeling that you cannot buy. I mean, yeah, you can give $1 and okay, that was a really great feeling, you know, giving a person $1, you know, but just giving a person a smile, just giving a person a hello, especially those who society looks down upon. Okay, there's teachings of the Christ, and that is that Christ-like consciousness, that the world will be a whole better place when we start living, you know, as such. You know, when we start treating people better than what we do now. Okay, so yeah. All right, as we had said before, we have the present, we have the future, and we have the past. So, in the present with yourself, okay, genius hinges on insanity, only when you're not true to yourself. So the lessons that you need to learn in the relationship, it's, well, one, it isn't all about you. Okay, you know, there could be a conflict of, you know, is that, are you too demanding? Are you too demanding that people have to bound to you? Is that where that you is having a problem right now? Okay, remember, Saturn's going through your relationship house, so the important thing is to have a relationship with you. What kind of relationship do you have with you? All right. Now, in the future, even though it is fixed, it is not fixed. When you can recognize something symbolically, then you can make a change in that. It is not fixed as in this is the way that it will definitely go. All right, so you have new beginnings. New beginnings in work. What is it that you want to do? Do you want to have that spiritual retreat center? Is that what you are working on in that 12th house of yours? Is that something that you would like to have a retreat center in order to help others? Is that the business that you would like to do? If you would like to do it, there are people who are willing to be there for you also, because you're not the only person who is looking forward to change in society. It's going to take all of us, but what affects one affects all. So the changes that you have coming in the future can be very good ones, okay? And then in the past, what you are coming from. Okay, yeah, you're kind of learning that wealth isn't everything. You know, what goes around comes around. Even though, you know, looking at, and the money seems to always be there, you know, being that Taurus, you know, is in the second house of possessions. You know, that's where your home is, in the second house. So the grounded possessions. you know, it's not just about monetary. I mean, you know, coming out of things look to be pretty good. Well, how can you spread that good to other people? Okay, so that might be something that you might wanna consider. So Taurus, if I can be of any assistance, please let me know. Definitely, you know, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you like these, what you think I might be able to do to make them different. And yeah, we have one more month, next month of October's. And then starting in November, that's going to be the finalized format. So let me know. Let me know what you think. And I will see you, love you, bye.